Good morning, students. How are you? Welcome back to English 1 class today. In the last class, we had done Gopal and the Hilsa fish. Some of you have submitted your homework, some of you have not. Especially the question answers you have not done. I had asked you to do it. We had discussed the question answers in the live class in the last in the last class. But some of you have not done it. Some of you have done the story. Yes, you have done it very well. But then you have to do the question answers as well. Okay, and also we had done in the classwork in the live class about this direct indirect speech. Yes, reported speech we had done. So please submit that as well as the question answers 1 to 5 and number 6 of true and false on page 42. Okay, now one more homework I'm giving you before I start the next lesson is on page 47. It's a crossword. Page 47, it's a crossword. Please do that. Whatever you know, you can write the answers in the crossword. Crossword here, the crossword is here. Please do this in your book itself. Okay, and with that we will complete this lesson, Gopal and the Hilsa fish. Okay, today I'll be starting a new lesson, that is the shed. The shed. I'll be sending you the objectives as well. So please copy down the objectives in your copy. I shall explain the objectives in the video. So please copy down the objectives first thing. Okay, and if any homework I give you, then you write the homework just under the objectives. Okay, so please do your homework and submit to me today itself in Google Classroom. Remember the crossword from Gopal and the Hilsa fish, and question answers if you have not done, please submit it, and today's homework, the shed. Okay, so take care and continue watching the video. So the poem The Shed by Frank Flynn. The Shed by Frank Flynn. Now, Frank Flynn was a poet who was born on 6 December 1906 in Australia, and he died on 29 July 2000. So just recently, just about 20 years ago, he died. And he has written some books like Northern Gateway, The Living Heart. So these are the books, some of the books that he wrote. And he was also a doctor. An author who wrote books and poems, and also a missionary priest. Just like Father George, he was also a priest. Okay, so this is some history about Frank Flynn. I will give you some points. You can make a bio sketch about him. So let's come to the poem. The Shed. Do you know what a shed is? A cow shed. You have heard of the word shed, no? So a cow shed, a tool shed, a wood shed, for example. These are all sheds. Maybe a cow shed in which we keep cows. The home of a cow is called a shed. Sometimes we also have a tool shed where we keep all our tools as in hammer and spade and all garden tools. We keep them in a shed. Or sometimes we have a wood shed where we do all carpentry work. So sheds can be of different kinds or different types. It's a small room away from the main house for storing or keeping things, animals, tools, vehicles, etc. So this shed is a small room which is away from the house. It is not in the house but away from the main house. And we use these sheds to keep various things like animals, like a cow, no? Or tools or vehicles. We can also keep our cars in a shed. Then ask your partner if he or she has ever seen a shed. You can ask your parents, so that we cannot do now. So you just look at the picture and you'll know it's a shed. It's not a house. Now coming to the poem, the first paragraph. There's a shed at the bottom of our garden with a spider's web hanging across the door. The hinges are rusty and creak in the wind. When I'm in bed, I lie and I listen. I'll open that door one day. This is the poet. Maybe when he was a small boy, he had this shed at the bottom of his garden. Bottom of our garden means at the end of the garden, not under the ground, but at the end of the garden. And this door of the shed had spider webs hanging across the door. spider webs. The hinges are rusty and creak in the wind. Hinges means those things which join the doors to the frame. Hinges are the things that join the doors to the frame, and these hinges are very, very rusty. Maybe water has gone and all the iron has become rusted, and they creak, they make sound like a horror movie sound, they creak in the wind. When I'm in bed, I lie and I listen, and he's away from the shed. And from his window, from his room, maybe he can hear the shed creaking in the wind, the door of the shed creaking in the wind, moving, opening and closing, and a very, very scary, eerie sound comes. Just if you watch horror movies, you will see, how the doors, they open like that. And that is very, very scary. But this poet also feels very scared. But as he lies on his bed, he says to himself, one day I'll open that door. Not now, he says, not now, but one day I am going to open that door. But at the moment, he will not open the door. At the moment, he is afraid, especially of the sound of the creaking hinges. The hinges means the iron thing which joins the door to the frame. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, coming to the second paragraph. There's a dusty old window around at the side with 3 cracked panes of glass. I often think there's someone staring at me each time that I pass. I'll peep through that window one day. So in this paragraph, he makes a promise to himself that one day he will peep through the window. Now what he says in this paragraph is that there is one window also at the side of the shed. And this window has 3 cracked panes of glass. The glass on the window, 3 glasses on the window are cracked, making it even more scarier. And then he thinks that someone is staring at him from the window. But actually there's nobody, but then he feels. It's like how we feel when we are alone in the house, we feel someone is standing behind us, isn't it? We feel very, very scared in our own homes. Especially if mommy and daddy are not in the house and nobody is there and they've left us alone. Even in the daytime also we tend to get scared. When I was small, I used to be scared at all times whenever I was alone in the house. So here this boy also feels that someone is looking at him from that broken glass window pane. And then each time that I pass, whenever he passes by, he feels someone is looking at him from inside the shed, through the glass, broken glass. But then he promises himself that one day I will peep through that window. He does not even have the guts, or he's even scared to look through the window pane. But he says, one day I will peep through the window. Third paragraph. My brother says there's a ghost in the shed. Like all naughty brothers, our elder brothers, they will always bully us. Even though they love us, but they will bully us. And so he says, my brother says there's a ghost in the shed. Maybe his brother told him, don't go in the shed, there is a ghost there. And the brother said that this ghost hides under the rotten floorboards. Floorboards, like in our house, we have, the floor is made of tiles or marble or mosaic or cement or bricks. But this shed here, particular shed, the floor is made not of marble or tiles or bricks, it is made of wood. And in this shed, the wood has become rotten. That is why the poet says rotten floorboards. The floorboards are so old that they have become rotten. Wood becomes rotten, isn't it? Wood, it rots. So he says, the brother tells him that there is a ghost under the floorboards. And if I ever dare to set foot inside, he'll jump out and chop off my head. But I'll take a peek one day. He says, my brother told me that if I ever set foot, if I ever enter this shed, the ghost will jump out from the floorboards and chop off my head and cut off my head. But I'll take a peek one day. See, in the last one again he says, but I will take a peek one day, but not now. Last paragraph. I know that there isn't really a ghost. My brother tells lies to keep the shed for his den. He says, I know there is no ghost inside the shed. My brother is just scaring me because he does not want me to enter the shed. He wants the shed for himself, for his den. Den is a kind of a getaway where a person wants to be alone They go away into this kind of a place. So he says, my brother wants that shed for himself to spend time alone there for some alone time. That is why he scares me and tells me there is a ghost in the shed. There isn't anyone staring or making strange noises, and the spider has been gone from his web. So there's no more spiders there, and I know there isn't anyone staring or looking at me from the window or making any strange noises, funny noises, weird noises. And he says, and the spider has been gone from his web since I don't know when. Long time ago, the spider went away from there. I'll go into that shed one day soon, but not just yet. Again, he says, one day I will go into that shed, but not just yet, but not now. He feels that when he gets a little bigger, then maybe he will go into the shed. But as of now, he is keeping away from the shed. So, this is the poet. So many of us have this kind of fear. We are afraid of some things and not afraid of other things. If there may be a kind of a room in the house, yes, a small room in which you feel afraid to go to. There may be some kind of a place, some kind of a tree where you are afraid to go and stand near the tree, some scary looking tree. So all of us, every human beings, maybe you are small or big, it doesn't matter. Everybody has some fear of some place or something. In this case, Frank Flynn has the fear of this shed. But then again, you see in the last line of each paragraph, he says to himself, one day I shall enter this shed. But as of now, I am too afraid to do so. Okay. So coming to the question answers there, working with the poem, 3 questions I've just marked there. Who is the speaker in the poem? You know it very well. Is she or he afraid or curious or both? Is he afraid or is he curious or is he both? What does it say? Curious means wanting to know what is there, no? So afraid means to be frightened. And number 3, what is she or he planning to do soon? What is she or he planning to do soon? So these 3 questions you please answer and you submit to me only on Monday. You have time till Monday. I'm sending you also the objectives. Please copy the objectives. I'm sending you some points on Frank Flynn. Please write his bio sketch after the objectives and then you write these 3 questions. So quite a lot of homework from the previous lesson also I've given you. So do all this homework and submit to me on Monday. You have time. I'm giving you time till Monday. Yes, Monday 9 p.m. in the night. But you can submit to me before the moment you finish, you can submit to me in Google Classroom. If you submit to me in WhatsApp, it will get lost. I have hundreds of messages there. It's difficult looking for a particular message. Okay, so be careful. Send it to me only in Google Classroom. Even if you have no attachment, send it there. Okay, all of you take care and don't be afraid. Bye-bye. Take care.